So, into game 4 now, the last game of the day, and I'm up against Peter Williamson with his Scorn. Just a bit of background about Peter. I have mentioned him before on YouTube. Peter is a very successful Warhammer fantasy player, done very well. He lives in Masterton, so doesn't really have anybody to play against, but somehow very successful on the tabletop when it comes to tournaments. Has been playing a lot of Circle Orboros lately, borrowed my army to use at Ides of March, and even though I think his list's design is generally very bad. He somehow wins with his lists all the time. So, really, really good player, and I've been wanting to play him for a long time now, and this is my chance. So, Peter also having done very well today, even though he's only using one list. Whenever his opponent plays him, he only has the one list to choose. He's got pMakeda, not regarded as a typically very powerful caster. His list has Paingiver Blood Runners, not typically very good. He's got the Krias, not typically very good. And the Battle Cats, I like them, not many other people do. Totem Hunter, pretty average, and his list has a option to substitute out for um, a Bronzeback Titan, but he won't in this case because he knows that I'm playing Epic Vlad. And I have decided for the first time to actually drop the Iron Fang Pikemen and put in the Grey Lord Outriders. I desperately wanted to use them this weekend. In hindsight, I think dropping the Outriders, dropping the Iron Fangs, was probably a mistake. If I played Peter again, I would probably take the Iron Fang Pikemen, but still, Grey Lord Outrider is very, very cool, and we're going to see how this game goes. Scenario involves the two big strips. I'm trying to dominate the one on the right for 3 points or the one on the left for 1 point, and there are objectives which give bonuses to light artillery, which neither of us have. Going to the next photo, you can see Peter's army a bit more closely. He does have Radim, the Battle Cat Solo, the Archidon, and a couple of different kinds of basilisks, and of course the Paingivers in the background there with some Swamp Gobbers and the Totem Hunter. Next photo, Peter takes the first turn, he moves up, and he does understand that the Doom Reavers have a threat range of 11 inches, so stays just out of 11 inches, nice and correctly there, forcing me to either have to stay out of his charge ranges, or run and engage him, or pop the feet first turn. Totem Hunter down the bottom right there as well. So, looking at the setup, not particularly intimidated with this army, but I want to really shut down his assassination options because Peter does seem to be known as an assassination caster, player, sorry, for Scorn, just based on the kind of list he plays. I mean, we don't even have Moloch Khan in there, for Christ's sake, so very interesting sort of setup indeed. Next photo, I've opted to feat first turn. So Vlad moves up, feats, puts 5 tokens down on 5 Doom Reavers, and they charge. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because if I put the Doom Reavers up there straight away, it means that he has to put a lot of resources into actually wiping them out one turn, and in the process I should get a lot of kills. I want to state for the record at this point that out of all the attacks the Doom Reavers made at Mat 10, needing 4s and 6s to hit here and there, I rolled double one to hit 3 times out of the 6 or 7 attempts I had here, which really blew my mind. I mean, going in there against the Battle Cat dudes, the defense 15 or something like that, I need 5s to hit. Rolling a double one really sucks. I probably should have actually used Vlad's transference here to make sure I didn't whiff that, but I really wasn't expecting to roll 3 of them, so that meant that he survived with 2 Ferox Riders when I should have reduced him to just one guy, because the Doom Reavers did get 4 of them in range with the extra movement from the feet. So it's just dumbfounded that happened, and the rest of the game turned into me catching up from that little bit of a loss to go to a very close game. Whereas if this had been a matter of me killing all 4 Ferox straight away, then when he pops his feet, he can't really bring much back later on because he has to pop his feet before he loses the guys, and it would have been a matter of the Ulans just cleaning everything else up, but not to be. Going to turn into a very close game instead. Next photo, Peter moves Makeda onto a hill, casts Carnage, and the rest of his guys start mopping the Doom Reavers up because they've got no Grey Lord UA. For this tournament, the very first time I've actually dropped the Grey Lord UA. Don't really feel like I need him under Vlad's feet, although I do like him, and Tough is just too unreliable, and I wanted to spend the extra 2 points upgrading a 2-point solo to Alexia, which I really like. Next image, here's the end of Peter's turn. He has actually killed all of the Doom Reavers, surprise, surprise, and pMakeda pops her feet, meaning that if I go and retaliate now, he's going to actually survive another turn with the Ferox, and just really annoyed that Luck bashed me in the face like that. Gonna have to do it the hard way. Next photo, here is my retaliation in turn 2. The Ulans move in with the charge. They do manage to actually kill one of the Ferox there and do some damage on the Krias. Alexia hiding behind the building there, picking up 3 corpse tokens or soul tokens or whatever it is. And the Grey Lords just trying to move away from the Totem Hunter. Totem Hunter has managed to pick one of them off, even though they had the Winter's Chill on them. And because the Totem Hunter has put prey on the Widowmakers, they've run around the left-hand side of the table just to try and get some shots off on the Pain Givers later on, who will of course respawn thanks to the feat. But I just want to deny the Totem Hunter the chance to get his bonus for a while, and the Widowmakers may well be very good contesting the zones later in the game. So next photo, Totem Hunter is over here. We've got the Draken simply waiting for an opportunity to attack. He is going to have to commit his Archidon and redeem a bit later, and that's when the Draken will be more useful. But I want to sort of hold him in reserve for a bit while I'm worried that this larger zone here is going to be dominated by pMakeda after a while, so that's the plan for him in the long run. Next image, unfortunately for me, he's got his feet respawning some of the Ferox riders here, which can just come back, and because I've got Defender's Ward on them, I've got nowhere to remove that. You know, he can just tie down these Ulans for a few turns, which is really problematic for me because I need the Ulans continually charging. I did want to destroy the Battle Cats because, you know, the feat brings them back with Defender's Ward. They're very hard to deal with. The Doom Reavers should have achieved that, but as you can see, you probably feel my pain here, that with them still there, it really ruins my plans. It will be a long time before I can start dominating with Vlad, and I will fall behind in the control points game if I can't deal with them somehow. Next photo, he's moving with his career and getting some shots off, does damage me a fair bit. Also, he's got the Pain Giver Blood Runners, not very many of them left at this stage, but I managed to take out one of the Ulans that have charged the career as well. And Totem Hunter looks like he wants a piece of the action as well. My turn, I've had a play here where he's actually forgotten to sprint back with the Totem Hunter after getting a kill. So Drago loads up in Fury and charges Imprints and uses the extra inch of movement to get into the zone. And the Draken charging Redeem, who's left himself within range, and reducing Redeem to just the on-foot Dragoons. So that means that he can't leap around as easily. And pMakeda indeed running over to contest this zone will dominate it rather, and it's going to be a bit of a race, but because I'm struggling so much to kill that Ferox rider, it's going to be hard. And Alexia charging the Ferox rider as well and still not managed to do it, just Defender's Ward being a nightmare. But Defender's Ward's not a problem when I've got my feet up or when I'm using Hand of Fate and Transference correctly, but I just really botched the start of this game. I'm still hitting myself. Next photo, so Vlad has moved on to the objective of the stage, still haven't killed the Battle Cats. I think this is just a photo from my side of the table of the battlefield state that we just looked at, so I'm actually going to gloss over this photo for now. We do have 2 of the Grey Lord Outriders up and running. Grey Lords have actually been pretty decent. I've done a lot of sprays this game and actually have managed to get a bunch of kills in the middle there on things like his Blood Runners and Pain Givers and maybe a hit or 2 on the careers. So they have been useful. The Pikemen would have been slightly better this game, but still really enjoying the light cav. So next image, we've got a Blood Runner here on the hill. Just trying to nail them with this Outrider here and the Widowmaker. And luckily over on the left hand side of the table, the Ulans have managed to deal with the Battle Cats finally. Alexia is on a hill and Vlad is dominating for 1 point. So just a matter of really trying to deal with this Archidon in the long run. Next photo, you can see here that we've both lost a lot of troops. pMakeda is engaged with the Dracoon solo on the right hand side of the photo. He's been reduced to a Dragoon dismount. I couldn't be bothered fishing out the model, so we've just got a medium base with an arrow pointing his direction. But luckily for me, pMakeda couldn't actually kill him and score a point there, so hasn't really overtaken me very far by control points. And I guess with my hideously bad luck at the start of the game, he was in for some hideously bad luck here as well, and I managed to prevent him from scoring too quickly, which means that I now have a chance of going and contesting along with whatever I need to, and killing his objective with the Uhlans and clearing anything that runs into the zone, in this case the Korea or whatever else. Next photo, pMakeda finally destroys the Draken, dominates again. I think she's on two control points at the stage. It will be fairly easy for the Archidon to move over and kill the objective, and if he gets too close to the miraculous or the esteemed 5 victory point control point total, then I could be in a little bit of trouble. Next photo, moving in one of the pain givers, and Alexia causes terror. Pain giver too far away from pMakeda to get the automatically passing command checks, so he has to send something else in instead. Go to the next photo. He has indeed run his Kriya or his Basilisk into the zone in combat with the Widowmaker. The dog actually countercharges him but doesn't hit. The Archidon does manage to destroy the objective though in this activation here. So as you can see, Alexia has spawned a Thrall, and the Thrall warrior runs into the zone to contest it. Now, you'll remember in the last battle report I had to apologize to everybody for making a critical mistake. This time I made another mistake almost as bad, and I want to take some time to talk about it. So, a Thrall is a solo after it's been created by Alexia after she spends one of her tokens, but he's not worth 1 point, therefore he's not eligible to actually control a zone, although he can contest it. Now, as you can see, all he's got in that zone is pMakeda. She's a caster. Casters cannot contest, so I am okay in the zone here, but at the time I thought I would score 2 control points, which is not the case. The Thrall can't score the control points, so I changed the score from 1 control point to me to 3, whereas that was completely illegal, and I told them about it later on after I realized, like the following day, it crops up. What happened is I was telling somebody the story of this game at dinner that night, and they said to me, "Oh, Luke, you can't do that." But I want you to look carefully at this picture. If we'd gone back and if I'd known what the rules were, instead of spawning a Thrall and running him over there, I would have instead run Alexia over there and camped in the corner of the zone and kept my 2 soul tokens. Now, what pMakeda would have had to do would have been to actually charge Alexia, spend Fury killing her, and ended up on the corner of that zone. If pMakeda had done that, I would have had a legitimate assassination option from the Uhlans, and if she transferred damage, that may well have killed the Archidon, and I could have also charged in such a way that the Uhlans ended up in the zone, probably. Additionally, by killing Alexia, pMakeda still doesn't win the game, because although he was on 2 control points or something like that, even though he kills Alexia, he's only going to get 1 more for dominating that zone and 1 for killing the objective, so he'll still be on 4 points, still giving me a chance to win. And because Alexia had been there, I would have gone up to 3 control points. So in my following turn, I still have the opportunity to simply kill the objective, kill the Korea with Vlad, and run something into the zone, presumably the Grey Lord Outrider. Let's look at the next photo. The situation here is that Vlad is upkeeping Transference Hand of Fate. When the turn comes round to me again, he simply charges the Korea and kills it with Hand of Fate. That is indeed what happens later on. If you go to the next photo after that, this is a picture of what was the situation. Hang on, I think this is a duplicate picture, but now this is the situation at which point the Archidon kills the objective and uses sprint. So if we go to the next photo after this, sorry, my mistake, you can see a situation where pMakeda has thrown a spell at the Thrall to kill it and then moved into the wreck marker, and the Archidon has sprinted back and ball over to me, to my court. So one thing I can't do is go over and contest the zone anymore, because the Archidons there aren't really able to kill it. The Uhlans might be able to get there, but that won't score me the points, and he'll win the following turn. So the solution here is to actually kill the objective and kill the Kriya and run Alexia over into the zone. Now, let's say that I'd done this correctly and run her into the zone last turn. I hope you guys are following me here. Let's say I'd run her in last turn and she'd been killed, and let's say we look at this picture and in fact Alexia isn't actually there at all. Well, I still have a Grey Lord Outrider there. I'm still able to contest the zone, stop pMakeda from getting to 5 points while I get to the 5. So in the next photo, here's Vlad charging in, killing the Basilisk, Very easy. He's got 5 focus after casting Hand of Fate, or even upkeeping it with 6. Um, Destroys it very, very easily. In this instance, because I had Elixir, I didn't need the Great Lord Outrider, so he came in to attack the Basilisk and the Bat, the Kriya in the back. But I didn't need him. That's the main point. So if you come again to the final photo here, the Ulans have destroyed the objective on their own very easily with impact hits and charge attacks. Vlad doesn't indeed kill the War Beast, and Alexia spawns another Thrall, puts it in the zone, stopping him from scoring, giving me the game. So very nice game. Had some bad luck at the start, played very well to come back from it. I did accidentally cheat halfway through, but as I've discussed, that wasn't the difference between winning and losing. Had I known about that situation, I could have played in such a way that it would have won mathematically. So hope you guys followed that. Hope you guys enjoyed the game too. It was a fun game to play, but I think, if I had a rematch here, I would use the Iron Fan Pipeman. I'd upkeep, I'd cast Transference right at the start of the game and use it to spend points on the Doom Reavers and actually just wipe out the Battle Cats early. Wouldn't be such a headache. Really didn't rate his list very highly, but as a player, really love the guy, really respect his ability at the game, and hope he does very well in the future. Catch you guys next round.